I think most of you are done. So have you got what your drawing of that communication device already? Okay, let's move on. Next one. So these are some of the sketches that would be what they look like with some annotation. You know, okay, I want this, I want that, and so forth. All right. Let's move on. Now, I want you to interview your partner. Each one gets 4 minutes. One interview the other interview. Okay, so this is 4 plus 4. Okay, so I want you to ask your partner some questions about the communication device that they hold. It could be the phone, it could be a laptop, whatever. Okay, so how do you communicate with your friends, your families, others? Okay, so why do you choose this form of communication? You know, what would you miss most if there's no communication available? Why? How often do you change your phone? Why? Okay. If you're asked to choose a celebrity that closely remembers a personality, who would you choose? Why? Right? What's the possible form of connection? Why? What's the next possible form? If I were to borrow your phone for a day, what would I notice about your phone? What's so unique about your phone? Huh? Why is it that why do you buy that phone? What's so interesting? What kind of stuff do you keep in the phone? Why? Okay? And what are the requirements you look for when you're buying a new phone? Okay, so I want you to ask this question, and I want you to ask even more. What you want to find out from your partner is stories. As much personal stories as you can. So imagine yourself as a very nosy reporter, trying to find out as much as you can from your partner, you know, about their life, about their preferences, about what they do over the weekend. Okay, so that's what you're going to try to find out. Alright? Observe them as they show you their phone. Maybe you ask them, show me your phone. What's the best feature? Observe how they use that phone. Observe what is the first feature they pull out. Why is that first feature so important to them? Okay, what you're trying to do is understand that person. Okay, and understand that person deeply to be able to draw insights about the person, about his likes, his dislikes, about his preferences, of how he spends his time, what's priority to him, and so forth. Okay, so you're going to do that. You're going to interview each other, and each one take about 4 minutes. Ask for stories. Let them talk as much as you can. Ask questions to get them to talk. Okay, tell them their whole life history to you. Okay, that will be successful. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 minutes. That's 4 minutes starting from now.
Is it related to what we do earlier?
It is. Yeah, I'll come back to it.
No, I mean, for this session,
yes.
for this session, is it related to what we did earlier?
Earlier means when? Yesterday?
No, the phone.
Yes, it is. It is.
But I mean, the questions here are not related to
the group. And that is the real difference between how we use design thinking and how we normally generate new ideas. Because in design thinking, like we said, we go back to the individual, to the user, and try to draw deep insights about the user, to reframe the way we think. Don't forget, it is a user-centered approach. So to be able to have a user-centered approach, you must understand the user first. Oh, wait, we just got, yeah.
So the session should be the other way around.
Which?
So this
Don't worry, we'll come to that. I still got some more slides. We'll come to that. Next one, we'll do that. Yeah. So we do this first. Sorry, maybe I clarify again. Hello, sorry. Okay, I clarify again. I think your question, if I got it wrong. Okay, can I clarify first? Okay, clarify first. Okay, can I clarify first? Okay, the drawing that we did, the first drawing you did. drawing aside. Just do this first. Just understand. Okay, understand. Don't show your drawing to your partner. Yeah. Just talk about the experience of interviewing each other first. Okay, what questions we'll ask each other and so forth.
First, I asked him what kind of phone he used. He now still use a regular phone, right? No smartphone. So I asked why he just use that. So that he only use the phone for communication, for calling. If you want to do something else, you're gonna use like notebook because it's like much more comfortable. And then okay. He doesn't like touch screen, so he like working with keyboard. So that's why all the smartphone, all the new touch screen device is not right now, not for him. Like big screen, mainly like big screen, and the smartphone too small.
So you notice the questions are asked, and that's quite normal. To ask questions very much focus on features, right? Features. You ask questions on features, touch screen, not smartphone, phone, and so forth. Okay. But in design thinking, we go beyond features. These features are important, but we go beyond that to understand a little bit more about the person's activities. Okay, so just now when I was talking to them, he said, I'm a runner. I like to run. Okay, so that's an activity. And that then will tell us a bit more about his need. His need. Okay, so as a runner, why the phone must fit the need of the runner. So I'm not looking at features yet, but I'm looking at the person. The person is the runner who likes to run. And what does that mean? When he runs, he wants less gadgets around him as much as possible. Something that different. We don't start with what the device looks like, large font, big screen, so forth. But we start with understanding the user first. The user is a runner. Some of our users are they climb mountains, so they climb buildings. What do they want? Okay, so we understand the user first. Okay, I want you to switch. Have you switched questioning? The other person has started questioning the A, question B, B now question A. Have you done that? Yes. Okay, you've done that already. Okay, I give you another minute or another 2 minutes just to ask the other person things like, what are your activities that you do? What's your hobby? Right? I want you to understand that person. I don't want you to ask him what phone you want. I want you to ask the person about his lifestyle. Okay? Understand your colleague better. Okay. Another 2 minutes to do that. The icon. Yeah? What about the icon? Okay. Yeah? How about, doesn't Samsung have the same thing as well? No?
Samsung is not that beautiful.
Not that beautiful. But they have the same icon and touch?
I have both Android.
Yeah, right.
But anyways, the software is reliable.
Ah, okay.
That's one.
Okay. When it first came out, yes, besides of course the look, the aesthetics, look and feel, which I think now many phones already have the same thing, the touch screen and the swipe and all that kind of thing, was actually the business around it, the apps that people can download so easily. So, and when you go into an iPhone store, the Apple store to buy an iPhone, the service that you give, So it was more than just the phone, but a holistic, what we call experience, the buyer gets from buying an iPhone. Okay? So there's another example that we have, and that's a bicycle. And this company, Cervelo, who was trying to see what innovations they can come up with. So what can they do? Well, you're a bicycle manufacturer. Improve the bicycle, yes? How much can you improve the bicycle? Better seats, better wheels, better chains, to a limit as to how much you can improve the bicycle. So they reframe the question. I can improve the bicycle, but why not I improve the rider's experience? Okay? So with that, it comes a very different look at what the problem that you're trying to solve. Am I improving the bicycle, or am I improving the rider's experience? Okay, with that comes a whole lot of things. How can I improve the rider's experience when he rides my bicycle, when he buys my bicycle, and so forth? Okay, so now you go and understand the rider. And with that, you come up with more innovative ideas than just to focus on the wheels, the seat, the frame, and so forth. You understand? So design thinking looks for innovation. Okay? Looks for innovation and looks at the individual that uses, the user of your product, of your innovation. I give you an example. P&G, I visited their research HQ in Cincinnati. And they did this. They told us they surveyed thousands and thousands of people, and they came up with personas, what we call personas, 4 personas. The first thing they told us, for P&G, who are the ones that make decisions on purchases at home, in your home? Who make all the purchases and makes decisions on purchases for shampoos and toothpaste and so forth? Who buys at home? The wife, yes. So the first thing they told us, you can forget about the men. They are no use to us, okay? So it's the women that we are interested in, okay? Then with the women, they came up with 4 personas. One, women who are really busy on the flying all over. Well, we need to cater to them. They have a different need. So little bottles of, shampoo and so forth, so that they can buy and travel real quickly. The other end, housewives who want to buy in bulk. I sell them in bulk. So once you understand your customer, then you start to say, what are their needs? And therefore, now I cater my innovation and my ideas to meet their needs. Okay? So that's the first step in design thinking. Know your user. And you're going to ask a direct question, what do you want? Handphone, I want bigger screen, etc. It's like, I think this very famous quote from Henry Ford. If he had asked people then, what do they want? They probably come up, I want a faster horse carriage. Yeah? But they didn't know that technology has moved such that they can now produce a car. So people sometimes don't know that there are other things existing that are even better. And that's where we want to create that, see what that need is and see how we can innovate and bring products that they want. New products, new ideas. Philips. Philips is a very innovative company. Do they have a company here, a HQ or something? Philips. Philips' design is really very interesting. And they project into the future. These are trends, consumer trends. This is where technology is going. And therefore, say 10 years or 20 years from now, this is where we think technology and human needs and trends are going to meet. With that, they start to generate ideas, concepts. And what they do is they start to sow the seeds of memories of the future. Memories of the future. Most of the time we have memories of the past. Correct? But they are saying we will start to implant in our consumers memories of the future. So this is what future is going to look like. Nanotechnology. We start to introduce it to you now before the products that actually use nanotechnology come out. Well, we introduce to you, say now, and when the products come out, it's like, oh yes, this is what I needed all the while. This meets my needs, and so forth. So Philips, we went to visit the HQ, and they showed us the whole science. They just flashed it and said, this is how we do it. Trends, technology trends, and that's how, and then we come back and we and do. So it's a whole science in that as well. Okay, let's move on. Next step. So try to, when you ask questions, and we do tell our students, don't ask direct questions, what do you want? Well, we ask stories. We ask for stories. Where do you spend your weekend? What do you do during your weekend? Okay, who is the one that you talk to most? What do you talk about? I don't know. Does it matter? What do you communicate? I don't know. Okay. Okay, I want you now to identify a need. So your partner needs a communication device that, okay, this is need, so that he feels insights. Okay, let me give an example. Suppose your partner's name is Joyce, needs a communication device that helps us to stay connected anytime, anywhere with her daughter, so that she feels involved with her socially and emotionally. Okay? So where can you get this insight? You can't get this insight by asking her, do you want a bigger screen? Do you want a bigger button? No. You can only get this insight when you talk to her about her relationships with her family members. What do you do during the weekend? Who do you spend it with? Oh, I want to spend, actually I spend it by myself. But I have a daughter, I want to spend more time with her. Yeah, but she's traveling a lot, and how do I do that? Okay, well, this is it. She wants to spend more time with her daughter. She wants to be able to be connected to her daughter. Okay, so can we have a communication device that helps her to do this? Another example, Chong Hao needs a communication device that feeds him with updated information on world financial news so that he feels competent and confident to make quick and wise investment decisions. So perhaps it's someone that travels a lot, or someone that's meeting clients a lot. Yeah, that's his work. That's his